Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny, and folks, today I've got a treat for some of you that love the way that I put together things. I believe in making things really work well, but there are times when you can just do a little modification and make things work a whole lot better. Now, thousands of you have seen my pool vacuum that I put together, my homemade pool vacuum. You hang around, and let me say this to you. It's the beginning of summer, and everybody is headed for the pool to cool off, if you have a pool. But I've got a vacuum cleaner that's made from a sump pump that I'm going to modify. In fact, I'm already doing it. Now this thing here works, and so many of you are telling me that it does. Of course you know that I put it together, so I know that it works. I know it works. But it'll work a lot better if it's got some modified things done to it. Now I'm putting wheels on it. Now I want to show you this. I'm putting little tiny wheels on this vacuum cleaner. Now I know you're saying, does it really need it? Yes, it does. Can you do it? Yes, I can. Will it work? Yes, it will. I'm putting some wheels on this thing, utilizing some little small tiny metal axles and some little tiny, let me show you here, little tiny, actually they're toy car wheels. I know you're a skeptic, but let me tell you, I'm trying to put this together to where that it'll make things a whole lot better for you when you're vacuuming your pool. And especially some of you ladies, it might be a little difficult to maneuver across the floor of your swimming pool because it's a little bit heavy, but if you put wheels on it like this, it'll be a whole lot easier. So I'm going to take my drill, and I've already done one side here. Now notice this. These are going to be about 1/4 of an inch off of the floor of your swimming pool. Notice right here, that little wheel will turn and be about that's the amount of suctions. Now that's the suction that you will need. See, when this gets flat on the bottom of the pool, it will completely suck and lock on to the floor of your pool. But with these wheels being about 1/4 of an inch off of the floor of the pool, you'll have all of that available airflow to suck up whatever you have there for it to suck up. So let me show you how I'm doing it. I've already got one wheel on this, and I'm going to take and put another one over here. Let me show you right here. I'm going to put another wheel, actually a complete set, right here. So I'm going to take my drill bit like this. Now I've already got a couple of holes started here. But right here I'll use this bit, and I'm going to run right through that, okay? All right now folks, I am back, and I'm going to show you my progress on this. This is my design. These are I'm going to put some mag wheels on this vacuum cleaner. Now notice these wheels. I have made them from wood and plastic. They have been put together with wood and plastic. These are actually bottle caps. They're bottle caps with wood. Let me take it off and show you. Wood inserted back into the cap, and it's going to be very solid. So I've got the axles together. Now let me show you how I'm going to put this together. Now here is, let me get up closer to the camera. Here is my vacuum cleaner, okay? Now I'm only going to need one axle on this. So let me show you how I'm doing it. Here is my little incision into the side. Let me get it in this one. There, I had it in the wrong side. I had it on the wrong side. So you can see this clearly. It goes in right here. And it comes out over here. So here is my one wheel. And here is the other one. Now I'm going to take, see, this is going to have wheels on the front of this only. I don't need them back here because my pole is on an angle in that direction, if you can see with the camera pointed that way. So it's elevated up, so my wheels are in front. So that's going to give a clearance here to the back to where that there will be up and down access, and these wheels will gently roll across the bottom of the pool without any problem. But I'm going to take and cut this axle to fit this axle here. And I'm going to take my welder, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my welder here in a few minutes, and I'm going to put a little, just a tack here, a small stick of weld on the tip of this so that these wheels will stay and of course not come off. So that's my next step. Let me give you a better look at that. Let me turn this around. Here we are. Now notice this. That is what it's going to look like. That's what it's going to look like. Of course, when I cut the axle off and add the weld to the tips, these are going to roll across the pool. Now this is my upgrade. I've modified this with putting tires on it, so it will make it so much easier for you to maneuver it across the floor of the pool. So that's my purpose, is to make it easier and so much better for you to use. All right now folks, let me show you what really I have done to make this work. I have taken now, I think I might have showed you already, but I want to give you another little description. Just a piece of round wood that's green, and I have shaped it to fit right back in this little bottle cap. Now this is a hack. Listen, if you have a pool, this little hack could save your summer. I'm talking about an inexpensive way to keep your pool clean. And I took a knife and I just worked it down to fit into that bottle cap. And I have got to put the finishing touches on it. That's how easy it is. Now here, I'm going to take my welder. Now notice that little tiny washer. I'm going to slip it right on this. Going to put the wheel on. And I'm going to stick it. You can call these mag wheels, okay? I'm going to take my welder and just stick a little small tiny spot right here. And it's so easy. I'm going to put this up on a piece of something to make it solid, so let me get to that, okay? Now, right here, folks, on the end of this, if you can see this, I'm going to put just a little small amount a small amount on the tip of this. Right here, folks, I'm putting a little small tack, if you will, right on the tip of this, right here with my welder to keep it from coming off. That should do it. That should do it. Now I'll let that cool off before I move that, because it's really hot and I don't want it to melt my tire. So that's the reason I'm going to let it cool off. So I've got 2 of those put on there. So now I should be through. So let me cut this welder off. Now I've got that. Now, let me lay that right there. Should be cool to the touch by now. Yeah, pretty much. So now we're going to try this and see how she rolls. All right now, folks, we're going to give you a demonstration of our newly modified pool back. Now my son is going to give you a close-up. Now the things that we modified about this, I want to say this to you. Many of you say, you've got a good idea there, and we have tried it, and we know that it works. But it's so difficult to maneuver across the bottom of my pool. Well, that's what this part of my modification is about. Right here, we have put wheels on this vac. Notice this. You saw it earlier. We've put wheels on it so it will roll across the bottom of your pool. Now this hack will save your summer if you own a swimming pool. I'm talking about saving you money, saving you a lot of time, and saving you a lot of frustrations about keeping the bottom of your pool clean. Now here, this is something I am really impressed with. I went to Amazon.com and I purchased a dozen of these little bags. Now they're 8 inches long and they're about 4 inches in diameter. Now they fit right back in all of your major pool vacs that operate on the bottom of your pool. I'm talking about the Pool Blaster Max, etc., etc., etc. They fit it. Now these are kind of like a lady's pantyhose. They stretch, and you're going to see that in this demonstration. So here is another hack. The old bag, the sock, just doesn't work. But trust me, this bag does. So I'm going to slip it up on this little spot here. Just wrap it around. Take a string. Pull it up. Give it a little tie. Now what could be easier than that? Tie it really tight. And you're ready to go. Now this bag is going to stretch. Now take a look. My pool is clean. But over here, you'll notice my son's going to give you a close-up of that. That's a spot on the bottom of my pool that I put there deliberately to tell you and show you the way that this picks up stuff. That's a blend of dirt. It's a blend of sand. That's sand and dirt mixed together. Now let's go down. Now the first thing I'm going to do is show you how this maneuvers across the pool. Let's plug it up, not waste no more time. Here we go. Pool vac is running. Now notice that sock, it stretches. It's just like a pantyhose. Now you watch this demonstration over here. I'm not going to go to that spot yet, but I'm going to show you how this rolls. Now notice that. I've got one hand on that pool vac, and notice, back and forth, it rolls. It rolls because I put wheels on it. Now let me go over to that spot, and my son has got, he's going to get a close-up view of that spot. Now I'm going to take my time very slowly and show you this demonstration. Here we go. I'm going to run right by that. Now notice as I come back, I'm going to start to pick it up. That bag should be getting all of that stuff inside. Okay? Here we go. Can you see that in the bag? It should be floating around real good in there. Let me make another curve. Let's go over that spot again. It's almost gone. How easy is that, folks? How easy is that? Look at that stuff floating around in that bag. Can you see that? Now let's take a couple of more runs across there and get all of that up. You can't even hear this machine run. Is it all gone, son? It's all in the bag, I'm assuming. Now let's back out. Folks, listen. This is so much better. I had to bring this improvement to you. So I'm going to unplug this machine. Now let's bring it up out of the water. Look at that stuff hanging in that bag. Look at that. All right, now let's see here. Wheels spinning, turning. Now let's come closer, cameraman. That bag is picked up what I threw down there. Now let me show you how I'm going to reverse this. That stretches just like a sock. Only it catches so much better. Now look, very close. Here's the evidence. Look. Look at that. Every bit that I threw down there came up in the sock. Now folks, I tell you something here very briefly. I never spent nothing to put these wheels on this vacuum cleaner. These little wheels, I never put a thing on there. I never spent a penny to put them on there. These bags, I got a dozen of them. They're reusable too. I'm gonna take that out, just like that, look. That big handful of sand and dirt that I threw down in my pool, I'm gonna rinse those out and just continuously remove the dirt and reuse them. They cost about, I think I gave about 12 bucks for 10 of them. You can get them on Amazon. Look them up. All of the major vacuums use these bags. Now here goes the dirt that I put down there that this machine sucked it up. So listen, enjoy your pool, but don't spend a fortune to keep it clean. I've showed you how I put it together, and I'm going to put a link up here in the right corner of the video. I'm going to put a link up here to show you how I put this together. And that way you can see how it is easily put together for your own personal use. And I've also, this is to show you how that I modified it. And I put a new bag on it, and I put wheels on it to make it so much easier. So that is it, folks. That's the conclusion of my video, the modification of my pool bag. So thanks for watching. And don't you forget to give us a big thumbs up. If you like this, give us a thumbs up. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And as always, you have a blessed